first stop of this episode takes us to Istria, Croatia. Amongst the 5 distances of the event, the 100 miles of Istria is the longest and one of the stages of the Ultra Trail World Tour. The race starts in the 3,000-year-old town Labin on the eastern part of Istria. It runs over its highest mountain, down to the mainland across small medieval towns. The participants will be challenged by technical terrain with sections of coastering, deep forests, old train routes, muddy valleys, and rewarded by breathtaking vistas. Most of the elevation is done before the 100k mark, taking the participants all the way up to Mount Uchka, the highest point of the peninsula. Runners are being looked after by a very professional organization that put together 10 aid stations along the way. Even though the last 68 kilometers runs at lower elevation, the course remains challenging with countless ups and downs. As the participants make it across to the western part of the peninsula, they start to experience the unique emotions of a 100-mile journey. Going across old medieval towns and after spending a whole night in the wilderness of the mainland, runners feel like traveling back through time. They are in the final stretch before arriving to the city of Umag and cross the very desired finish line. In the men's Thomas Osterach from Czech Republic took the win in 21 hours and 17 minutes.
The end of the race was the most difficult because it's hot weather and it's 12 kilometers. I'm done. I am done.
Brawo, brawo! Wladimir Skrezinski, Polska! Drugoplasirani na całym stazu!
In second place of the red race from Poland, Wladimir Skrezinski.
Da čujemo kakve su njegove impresije, kakve su njegova razmišljanja nakon ulaska u cilj u Umagu.
30 kilometers. I was dying twice, and it was terrible. I was going to quit, seriously, and I was fighting with myself, and I said, easy man, this is 100 miles, and everything can happen, and it happened. That was, it was real pressure to go there, and actually it was hard to go out, and I love you guys. Thank you so much.
The female winner in top 10 overall coming from Slovenia was Eva Urbank, who crossed the finish line after 26 hours and 31 minutes. For the second stop of this episode, we're traveling to the highlands of the Snowdonia National Park for the ultra trail Snowdonia 100. The UTS 100 takes participants through the main mountainous area of northern Snowdonia. Starting in Kapellkirk at 4 a.m., the participants of the UTS 100 will be running through most of the notable peaks and trails of the area in the north. Early stage of the race, Mark Derbyshire shows ease on wet and slippery descents.
Flagging.
Mark continues his journey in the lead, still moving at a decent pace considering the difficulty of the course. Behind though, the race is still on and Josh Wade keeps pushing the pace in second place. The abundance of technical terrain added to the feat of running 100 kilometers makes it a very challenging race for all participants. It is not every day that one is required to use their hands in a 100k trail race. Those rocky sections are the trademark of the UTS 100. And if they look tough to go through, it will be a whole different challenge at nighttime. The fastest runner to conquer the course is Mark Derbyshire. After leading from end to end, he's crossed the finish line in a time of 14 hours and 25 minutes. Less than 8 minutes later, Josh Wade comes charging to take second place.
It is beautiful, and certainly it's the most savage course I've ever done. I've done ultras with lots of climbing and 100-milers, but never over that sort of terrain where there's lots of it where you've got to use your hands and your feet, which is a bit different really, and fun, makes it fun. Interesting, yeah.
In the women's field, Sarah Stavely comes in all smiles to take the win in a time of 21 hours and 41 minutes.
It was hard work, it was really varied, it was just, you got the mountains obviously, but the bogs and then the rock climbing, and there was so much, it was just much more than I expected, but brilliant, It's the hardest race.
A total of 10 female runners have become finisher of this year's edition of the UTS 100.
Honestly, I would not have done that.
For the last stop of this episode, we are heading to Eastern Canada in the province of Quebec. The Ultra Trail Harricana of Canada was celebrating its 10th anniversary this year. It offered no less than 11 race formats over the weekend, with distances ranging from 1 kilometer to 125 kilometers for the longest. The start of the UTCH 125 is right in the heart of Charlevoix backcountry. Passing several lakes, runners will get the chance to encounter Canadian wildlife, including beaver, porcupine, or moose. Beautiful weather conditions offered fantastic views each time the runners got to higher ground. With over 4,200 meters of ascent, the course is mainly split between 4 main climbs: Mount Lac à l'Empêche, Mount Marius, Noyer Mountain, and Noir Mountain. In the men's race, the American runner David Hedges took the lead early on. But will he be able to stay ahead of the field after Marius, where the course becomes way more challenging?
Hi.
The course will indeed favor versatile runners. It offers a variety of terrains, from very technical sections with rocks and roots, sometimes so steep that runners have to hold on to fixed ropes. The good weather lasted all day long until the night. Then higher winds kicked off, adding to the already challenging course. At the aid station of Haute-Gorge, runners are around the halfway mark. It is a key moment in a race, and participants need to make the best out of this life base before heading back out. At this point, they would have cleared the most technical sections of the course and will get onto more runnable ground. David Hedges from America takes the win of this point-to-point race in 14 hours and 40 minutes, with over 1 hour and a half over second place.
Wow. Welcome, David. Welcome to the finish line of Harricana. David, who ran a race race just over 14 hours, 40 minutes.
I mean, with my dim headlamp, I thought I wouldn't make it. I was like dizzy. I didn't realize like my batteries were shot or something. I don't really know what was going on, but I was like, is it super misty? What's going on? And you know, I replaced my battery and then turned on some music with 20K. The guy was like right behind me, like 2 minutes, and I just hammered the rest of the way.
And you did it.
And that second place finisher is also the first female runner coming from Canada. Jenny Kilty crossed the finish line of this 125 course in an outstanding time of 16 hours and 15 minutes with a big smile on her face.
So today actually something I was trying to do was not slow myself down at the start. So that was me racing from the start. And yeah, I tend to be more in the second half, just kind of grow into it, and I get kind of stronger as I go. So I actually didn't think I would catch the lead woman either. I think she had 20 minutes on me for most of the day. And I caught her at the 1:08 aid station. So again, I came in, Matt fixed my bags, and just popped out before her, and I just ran everything.
Awesome. That's a great race.
Only 3 minutes shy of second place overall, Jacob Beryl Arneson still takes second place in the men's field.
C'était super technique, c'était vraiment dur. J'ai tombé environ 50-60 fois, mais je me suis relevé puis j'ai continué.
Frederick joined finishes in 16 hours and 24 minutes to complete the men's podium of this fantastic stage of the Ultra Trail World Tour.
Retrouvé sur le podium masculin, donc Frédéric du 125 km. Wow! Wow! Bravo! Wow!